Hello, I'm Mark Keys, CastIronStrength.com. Today we're going to look over deadlift, and what specifically we're going to be looking at in deadlift is the conventional deadlift and how to set up correctly for it. So similar to the last video, I'll walk you through some warm-ups, and due to some feedback on the Sunken barbell, I'm going to take a couple of different angles, so from the back, side and front, so you can see some different things I'm going to do with my feet, whatnot. Okay, so setting up for a deadlift, typically you'll want to start with your feet from where you would jump. So if you ever watched any Mark Ripto stuff, you'll have heard this cue before. Wherever you'd have your feet to jump as high as you could, or wherever you'd have your feet to jump as far as you could, do a broad jump, that's typically where you'd have them. If you set your feet up here and you find it difficult to get your back straight to get into an extended position, you can try one of two things. You can widen your stance out, or you can try sumo deadlift. A lot of people who are doing conventional deadlift and can't seem to get the back extension, no matter how many of these videos they watch, or no matter how many cues they go through, it's because they're using the wrong stance. Okay, so first thing, stance width, we've covered. The next thing is when we grab the bar. So when you grab the bar, when you bend down to pick it up, your knee should poke through your arm. So from the side, you go here. When I bend down to pick it up, my knee should brush against the inside of my arm. And from the side and profile, you should be able to see your knee poke through and be able to see the profile of your knee a little bit if you video from the side. Where you set your hips is where you take the bar up from. So two mistakes I can show you. First one is hips too deep. So we start with too much of a squat position, then we end up doing this. You start with hips too deep. You see you're rising into the biting point and then lifting. And then the next one is hips too high, which is less common but also a mistake. So this ends up being a stiff leg. Start here, hips too high, and you end up doing there. Basically, the problems with them is the first position, you're not in a very good position to produce torque, so you can't actually overcome the inertia of the barbell until you get that higher hip position. And then in that second position, when the hips are too high, you basically don't have enough knee angle to push the floor away with the knees. Okay, so stance around where you jump for height or for distance, grip wherever when you sit up your knee brushes against your arm, and hip position is wherever you take the bar up off the floor. So let's grab the bar. So the next thing we're going to talk through is how to get the back straight from the start. So we're going to cover knees out, chest out, and separating the barbell on your chest. If you do these three things in sequence, then you should achieve a nice back position. When we say separate barbell from chest, that could also be take the slack away. They're both the same cue. But I think thinking about moving the chest and the bar away from each other as much as you can without actually lifting the barbell up from the floor is a better cue. I think it's better to visualize. So stance position, grip, set your hips, knees out, chest out, separate chest and bar, take the slack, and then from there, use your legs to push the floor away, hips in, and done. Hips, knees out, chest out, take the slack, knees, hips. Okay, so I'm just going to warm up for my workout. I'm going to be using straps, so probably going to get some hate from that. But I'm trying to learn hip grip at the minute and I haven't quite figured it out yet. So if you're going to leave a shitty comment, please do, I don't mind. So you can get a better look at the feet or the foot position. So a couple of things we will talk through. First of all is my stance, or where I'm putting my feet. If I was to jump as high as I could, I'd probably be around here. If I was to jump, that's probably where I get the most power. However, through experimentation, as we discussed previously, I find a wider stance actually better for me. So I'll probably step. So if I was to jump relative to the bar, I'd probably stand there, and that's where I deadlifted for 10 years. But just by taking the feet out like this, I find it's much easier to engage my glutes, specifically glute med. So what we do is when we take a wider stance, it's easier to abduct the leg from that kind of semi-squat position. Therefore, that abduction of the leg activates the glute med and also helps you to activate the glutes in general. And because the glutes are activated and start in that extended position, you can better utilize them to lift the bar off the floor because the glutes are hip extensors. So if you can get them firing and going, one, it's easier to get your back into a good position, that extended position, but two, you can actually utilize them better later in the lift, which helps with lockout obviously, because when you don't engage the glutes, you end up through this position. Because you just end up, what happens is, because you're not in a good strong extended position, when you lift, if you're like this, you take this position and round the spine, because that lessens the lever arm, which makes it easier off the floor. But of course, as you'll know, when it gets heavy, that means you can't lock shit out. So if you normally fail below the knees in a deadlift, there is a reasonable chance that your setup, how you extend your back, is pretty shit. Okay, so the first point about the stance width. Next point's how you have your toes. So I would advocate in a conventional deadlift have your toes pointing forward. Again, because what that does when we sit down, it puts a bit of rotation on the knee, so like inward rotation of the knee. So if I was just to sit down and do that, but because I'm sitting down, I don't want to do that, and I'll actively push out. And what the glute med does, the glute med stops the femur rotating. It abducts the leg, but also stops it rotating inwards. So by putting the feet forward and having a bit more of a rotation or inward rotation at the knee, that also encourages you to use the glute med. So if you turn your feet in and push your knees out, you should feel that all of a sudden we're really getting you're really feeling that you're extending the leg more. So for me, I take a wider stance, also turn the knees in. So take your stance, knees turn in, sit down, grab the bar, hip height, chest, knees physically out against the legs. So position, hips, knees, chest, slack, knees and hips. Okay, so we've moved the weight up again, 170. We'll just run through those cues again, so you got them. And then we'll move to the side for 220 and 250. So, stance, wider. So if you, initially stance should be jump height, upper for distance. If you can't get a good extended position from there, wider. Feet turned in to encourage the glute med to abduct the leg. From there, grab the bar, hip height, chest out, knees out, take the slack, or push your chest away from the bar, push the floor away with your knees, and then when the bar is free, hips and bar meet together in the middle. So, and hopefully you can see my head now. And bear with me, cinematography is new to me and really not really my thing yet. So stance, feet turn forward, grab the bar, hips, knees, chest, slack. Yes, I am wearing straps. Please no order 66. Please no pistol order. Please no pistol troopers. Basically, I utilize straps because you should, if you can, double overhand. So we start doing the alternating grip, which I did for 8 to 9 years, and developed a twist in my deadlift, which led to an overdevelopment of musculature on one side of the spine. And pretty sure to this reason, it's one of the main reasons why I get back pain. So if you don't know how to grip, I would suggest that you learn. In the meantime, as you learn, I utilize the straps because it allows me to pull double overhand, not chew up my hands, and I can still get stronger everywhere else. And we'll work on the grip in the meantime. So from the side, 220. This will be the last belt is set. Hopefully you get a good view if I set my back from here. Should be wary of the cues we're working through. another good cue that I got off the super training video, George Lehman, before Vietnam, was starting with the hips up, the bar against your shin, and then from there, when you dip in to grab the bar will stay against the shin, so it stays in close. So it's just another one that I'm using. So from there, hip height, knees, chest, slack. Final set in the video, 250 kilos or 550 pounds for all of our American friends. I'll be wearing the belt for this, and I will be for the rest of the workout. One small point in the belt. So again, some of you may have picked this up again from George Lehman, a couple of really good deadlift tips. So if you think about how the belt acts in a squat, you're column pretty much, you want to remain vertical. Whereas in the deadlift, you're still a column, but the column is now horizontal or inclined on the horizontal. So it makes sense that you utilize the deadlift to shore up the weakest part of the column. So what that means for me is I wear the belt slightly higher, so it kind of sits over the top of the lumbar spine and not low down, whereas in a squat I'll wear it low down. Because typically when I round, I'll round through that part of the spine, so I just wear the belt there, just to shore up the position so I can stay extended with heavier loads. I find it works out really well. Also typically deadlift you want to wear the belt looser than a squat. You have to get down to the bar before you start. And also normally, lever belts aren't normally the thing. A lot of people prefer a prong belt or even a 10 mil over 13 mil, just because it is more difficult to get into that position. Okay, so again, going through the same checklist. Every time I deadlift or I approach the bar, I always have the same checklist. Stance, grab the bar, pull the bar against the shins, lift my ass up so you get a pre-stretch, put my hips down into the biting point where I'm going to pull from. Then from there, quick succession, push my knees out against my arms, stick my chest out, pull the slack, and then push the floor away with my knees. When I get to about here, I'm thinking about bringing the bar in, using my hands, and bringing my hips forward so they meet in the middle, so we don't end up with this kind of lockout. We're just going, boom, locked out. Okay, so this will be the last set, the first set of the workout. Also, if you're ever using straps with a belt, take a knee to put them on. Easier to breathe. Hashtag life hacks. Okay, let's go. Okay, that'll conclude this video. I'll do one on bench, maybe next week or potentially later this week. Again, feedback would be great because I've done videos before, but this is my first few like this in about 4 years on the channel. Something I want to do a lot more of. I'm probably going to buy some cameras, maybe a microphone because people have to pick up on the audio, so I'm trying to talk a bit louder. Any questions below, any videos you'd like to see, you should comment below. Please subscribe to the channel. Any questions, please email speedpowerperformance@gmail.com. Check out the website, Cast Iron Strength. Thanks very much for watching. See you in the next one.